NFL OTAs, NFL OTAs kicked off yesterday. We had Sanders throwing a TD on his first pass. We had to Mahomes arriving all the way up to Travis Hunter getting started in Jacksonville. By the way, congratulations to him on marrying his wife, marrying his fiance. Congratulations to that guy. They've been through a lot, and I only want to see them succeed. So, what should we be expecting from teams at training camp in about a month away? We got some video footage of players here. So let me know when y'all ready or whenever y'all want to see that stuff. But what should we be expecting, and what should we be looking for um, from teams as we get ready for the season?
Anthony Richardson versus Daniel Jones. Who's going to get the starting job? That's what I'm looking at. I want to see who gets that.
And the crowd goes mild.
That's what I'm looking
This is
at.
the time of year, though, that I call it overreaction city, too, where it's just you see one player run one bad route out of like the 30 that they run that day, and everyone's going crazy over it. People are reacting to different players. I just want to see him on the field, like in a real game setting, before I draw too many rash conclusions about anybody.
Yeah, one thing go ahead.
All right. I was going to say, when I first got to Green Bay as an intern and OTAs were starting in 2023, I always would go up to like sports and just try to figure out what they were doing. And so I would just be like, what did we learn today? And they're like, it's OTAs, so absolutely nothing. So nothing that's going to there's 4 months till the season, first of all. So these rookies, first of all, still learning the playbook. So you can't expect them if they run a bad route to be all. You can't get frustrated at that. But I think when you look at that, then yeah.
Do you guys think that like sitting out of OTAs is a big deal? Because obviously back then, like Aaron Rodgers used to do it a lot, and there's some bigger names like Kirk Cousins, James Cook, Kyle Pitts, guys like that. Stephon Diggs is in a huge controversy now because he's missing them, and he's got videos coming out of him on boats doing stuff. And but like, do you think that like is a big deal, or do you think it's just kind of whatever, like that's in their rights to do that?
It typically isn't a good sign.
Yeah, I think I mean, like Drew said, they don't really learn much, but like to build that chemistry and then to get your knowledge up on those playbooks is crucial, especially down the line in the season. Because I know you only have, you have OTAs and then you got, training camp and then preseason. I know it's a lot of time to learn the playbook, but the earlier the better you can sharpen your skills. And if you miss OTAs and then you just jump right into training camp, I mean, you're going to be lost. You're not going to be having any connection with anybody. And in football, that's like the biggest thing, especially with quarterback, wide receivers, and tight ends, and even the O-line, the running backs. That's also pretty important, because if you don't go to OTAs and learn which gap you are assigned to go through and what cutback lanes you can find, like all that stuff is very important, bro. Like I never understood why people don't want to do it. I know they're rich and they have other stuff that they want to do,
like Stephon Diggs being on a boat.
Like, bro, I've never understood why you would not want to get better at your game and win a Super Bowl, bro. Like, I've
mind you, Stephon Diggs is on a new team, so he's just partying on a boat with.
It sets a horrible precedent for a guy like Diggs to be skipping.
That's why guys like that is a bigger deal, because that's like he has a new contract. I can understand maybe sitting out, like TJ Watt is sitting out because he wants a new contract right now, and Kirk Cousins, he probably wants to go to a different team because he's not going to be the starter, but like. Guy like Stephon Diggs, what are you doing, dude? Like, get to OTAs, man. You just signed a contract with the new team. Like, what are we doing?
I don't understand it. I never will. But like, if I was playing football, bro, like, yes, the offseason is the offseason. But once OTAs hit, bro, you gotta really lock in and try to help the team out. I mean, unless you got a family, obviously, then you gotta, make some sacrifices or whatever. But if you're just Stephon Diggs, like having a blast with women on a boat, like, bro, like
pink stuff,
just not a good look.
Yeah, with pink stuff in his hand, like, man, what are you doing, bro? Like, it's just Jesus Christ. Like, I don't
know. Looks like he's having a good time.
He's working with a young team, a young quarterback, where you're going to have to develop that chemistry. You're supposed to be the veteran in that locker room, especially for those younger wide receivers. And it just sets a horrible example for them that you're not there. You're not partaking in those voluntary workouts that they're all going through. And then you're going to probably walk in 2 months later. And if you're just taking reps light or anything like that, it just sets a horrible example for those young guys. And it's like, if you want to be the best, you got to train like the best too. And I don't know if he's been doing that. Obviously, he had an injury last season, so I don't know where he's at with his rehab or anything. But it just
I
feels
think
like
his
his
rehab
career is
was
kind
pretty
of on the
good.
He seems
On the road
downslope.
with
fine.
3
He
wins.
seems fine. He was doing these workouts in the weight room. He was doing the shuffle ladder stuff that they do, the wide receivers do. Bro, he looked like faster. He looked bigger too. Like he looked a lot stronger than he did last year.
I don't judge people on what they do outside of the sport that they
Of course
play
not,
or
but
whatever their portion of their lives is, but he looked fine to me sitting on that boat. So
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, on the bright side, he's probably getting his cardio in. So,
oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
what can you say?
No doubt
keep
about
it
that.
PG at least. At least
Jeez.
PG-13.
Have you guys seen that video where it's like all the Vikings players and it's like, who would you not let date your daughter or whatever? And every single person says Diggs.
Yeah, that's starting
Yeah.
to look real good now.
He's a
from what
dog.
they were saying.
He's a dog, man. He dogs people, bro.
Well, here's the thing: we're gonna be talking about culture and attitude right now, and he's still gonna find a way to put up 1,200 receiving yards this season. That's just
Oh.
OTAs for you.
Well, we
He's
can
gonna
look
be
at
the
a
number
few
one for the
rookies real
first time in
quick.
years.
Sure, Sanders with his first touchdown. Obviously, I don't know if you see much, but it's a good pass.
Hey,
And
all I
his-
gotta say is Gabriel. You gotta
and that's
think.
his second touchdown.
You gotta think, bro. Like they kind of got off in the draft. They're only paying him what, $5 million a year, something like that.
They got the
Yeah.
probably. I think they got the steal of the draft.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna be like that great. Their defense is gonna be great, but if he can transcend that offense a little bit,
Like, look at this ball. Like, look at this ball again. Like, that's over 2 guys.
Now,
Like,
granted, there's no rush.
there's no rush. There's no
O
pass.
line.
There's
There's
nothing.
7v7. Yes, we understand, but I'm telling you, in these 7v7s and OTAs, you can see a lot of a quarterback, bro. Like it's just up to the regular scrimmages. Like, how are you gonna respond? You know, like when you get that O line and D line out there, it's gonna be very tough to, kind of adapt a little bit. You're gonna have to do that. I have to see that first before I say anything else. But I'm looking out for him, and I think he's on the right track for sure. But
Got
He'll
a
get
little
playing time
Travis
this year as
Hunter.
a starter. He will get playing time this year as a starter. It won't be right away. It'll be probably Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco starting the season, but he will get playing time this season as a starter.
I think they're gonna
Eventually,
trade
when they
Gabriel.
start crapping the bed.
I wonder who they're
Maybe.
gonna trade Gabriel to. What team do you guys think? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think the biggest thing with the Browns
Jets.
is I think that who will be the first person they turn to when
I mean, he could be the backup there.
Pickett or Flacco isn't cutting it. Are they going to turn to Gabriel first? Or are they going to turn to Shedeur? I think that's kind of what they're playing for here in OTAs.
I mean, we're gonna learn a lot in preseason as well
Yep.
with that. Just seeing their reps,
That's the bigger
seeing
thing,
who's
yeah.
playing better in those drills, even in the games too. I know for a lot of like the better players in the league or the veterans, it doesn't mean nearly as much. But even seeing Shadur in a preseason game ball out against somebody, whereas Gabriel struggles, that's gonna mean something. It's gonna push him up the depth chart.
Dude, my theory about preseason, I think quarterbacks should play like at least like one half every game, like the starters, to just like get their feet wet. Like don't go like 100%. Obviously, don't keep them in the entire half, but like keep them in for like a little bit of the game, get their feet wet. So then when week one comes around, they're ready, they're solid, they know the playbook, and I don't know. I think Shadeur's gonna learn a lot, and I think they're gonna trade Gabriel to like the Cardinals or something to be a backup there because
He might end up going to the Jets.
no way they send him to the Jets. They already got Justin
if
Fields.
the Fields
if
project
doesn't work out,
if Fields doesn't work out, well,
Who's
they'll
their backup?
All right, that's what I'm
How about
saying.
they don't
Taylor?
got anybody else.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's the best destination for him to go is to sit. And if Fields don't pan out to be well or don't go well, then Gabriel steps in.
Who do you guys
Yeah,
think that
okay.
Do you guys think Kirk Cousins is going to be traded before the start of the season?
He has
And
to,
who,
bro.
too?
I mean, they're not
If they
gonna.
can get
No
anything
one
for
wants him.
him, they will.
He's the top. He's like the top guy of like if we need a QB in season, we're going to go to Kirk Cousins, or we're going to try to trade him to have him there in case we need him this season. So
No
I can
one
see the
wants
Jets
him.
going after Cousins, but I think he still has some stuff to give. He's not his his past self. He's past his prime, but Yeah, he had a bad year last year with the Falcons, but before that, I mean, he was a serviceable quarterback, and I think that he could definitely be one of the better backups in the league right now. And
Getting paid that much money though is crazy.
I
that's
think
what I'm
he's
saying.
not
That's why the Falcons can't keep him, because like you're
He's
not
a
going to pay
Steeler.
starter money to sit on the bench.
It could be a Steeler. I
he's a
tell you that.
Steeler. If they've been praying to
Rodgers
Lord
is a
Rodgers.
Steeler.
They've been
Rodgers
playing
is a
Lord
Steeler.
Lord. He's not gonna sign with them. Then
Yes,
it's gonna
he
be
will.
He's
Cousins.
waiting on the Vikings,
No.
dude. He doesn't want to sign with the Steelers.
He's
We got
going to
some
sign
Travis,
with the
we got some
Steelers.
Travis Hunter clip. Then we got a Cam Ward clip, but his wasn't in OTAs though. His was in, I think, when he first got there, I believe 7v7s, I think, or something like that. Because in OTAs, I've seen a lot of the videos. All he's been doing was handing the ball off. So
Typical Titans.
The Titans are mainly a run team, anyways. But
and I mean, they look. And then here's his wide receiver that he had in college. I like
Honestly,
Restrepo a lot. I like Restrepo a lot. He's going to be a great for them in the slot.
the Titans should not start Cam Ward this year. That's my thoughts on that
shouldn't
situation.
start him. He's the first overall pick.
Nah, don't start. I think that it doesn't matter. He's not going. What is he going to offer this team this year that is going to? They're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to sniff the playoffs. They are not going to be good this year.
Some experience.
Start behind. You can get experience as a backup. I get it.
Against
the
the
last
lesser
thing you
quarterback?
want to see-
this man 40.
So you're saying that they should just punt the season and start Mailman the whole time?
No, start Levis. Yes, start Levis. Levis is a starter
Oh
that you
my
can throw
God.
out there. You're not going to have success this year because you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen is the Titans are going to send him out there. Titans are going to send Cam Ward out there. Their team is not going to have any success for 2 to 3 seasons, and then they're going to be like, "Oh, Cam Ward sucks. He's time to
They
bench
had the
him."
number one pick.
Okay, wait.
That's
No,
what
he
I'm
had.
saying.
No,
That's
wait,
what
hold
I'm
on.
Case,
saying.
draft
The
something
number one
besides
picks
the
get
quarterback.
wasted
No, hold
by
on.
doing this because
see what
bad
you're
teams
saying.
take them and then they get blamed for their problems.
I completely agree with what you're saying, but they took the number 1 overall pick, bro. They have to.
Yes,
plan.
obviously
It's
they're
the
not.
issue.
Obviously they're going to start him, but they
But I
shouldn't.
think I
start
understand
him.
what you're saying. I
I
completely
see what
The
understand.
you're saying,
philosophy
but I'm like,
works.
if you pay $40 million for the first overall
Yeah,
pick, bro,
it's
if he's
that, bro.
starting, I don't care.
At that point, they should have traded it. But
actually, come to mind you, I actually do have a clip from Will Levis actually talking about Cam Ward.
Been great. I mean, I'm here for him however I can be, and he's a really smart kid, and we've been able to talk a lot about just the different installs that we've gone through, and hearing his perspective and how he sees things, and he's a heck of an athlete, heck of a quarterback too. So it's been fun going out there and playing with him.
Got a lot of.
I mean, he knows he's not starting. Like he knows
He's not
Yeah,
starting.
he's a backup now.
He knows he's a backup.
He's got no attitude. He's got no.
I'm a big fan
yeah,
of Cam
he's
Ward.
this
I
kid
think
it
that
is.
I just don't want to see that happen to him. Where the Titans are not going to be playoff contenders for the next couple of years. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're more
rebuilding.
than one piece away. But I thought they should have drafted Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter.
Yes,
They
that
stuck
would have
with
been good.
Levis.
In our mock draft, we didn't even have Cam Ward go at 1.
No, yeah, it was Travis Hunter.
Everybody
or
knew
Abdul,
he
but it
was going
Carter.
at 1, but they should the better pick would have been Abdul Carter.
Right,
Because the
and
problem was not quarterback. Like Will Levis, yes, he's not good. Don't get me wrong. He's not a great.
he was a
QB by
rookie,
any means.
He was a rookie.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
he's a young guy, and what weapons does he have? What he doesn't have line protection.
Ajay Spears, Tony
That's what
Pollard.
I'm saying. They
Tony
got
Pollard.
nobody.
Calvin
nobody.
Ridley.
Got a washed D-Hop up in there.
Yeah, watch
To
D-Hop.
think that they
Calvin
have
Ridley
those
didn't
two
like
wide
it.
receivers and still can't win is insane.
I mean, D-Hop is overrated, and Calvin Ridley's just.
Well, D-Hop ain't there anymore. He's with the Chiefs. So
No, he was though. He was there for.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's on
yeah.
the Ravens now, isn't he?
Oh, he's on.
Yeah.
He's on the Ravens. Oh yeah, that's right. He is on the.
I thought he
Ravens.
was.
That's tough.
I didn't even see that. That's insane. Like
Yeah. Bro,
Lamar
the Ravens-
Jackson just got another.
Hey man, he didn't
Bro,
ask
I'm
for it.
sorry. There's no excuses if you don't win the title this
Bro,
season, bro.
D-Hop. He's like 35.
Oh,
Let's relax.
Jalen.
D-Hop
This
is
is like
not-
talking about the
D-Hop
Cavs
is
adding
ain't all
Shaq
that.
in like 2009 and being like, oh, they're going to win the
Yeah,
finals
this is
for
literally
sure.
nothing, bro. Don't do that. It's
Yeah,
DeAndre
he's-
Hopkins and his
When the
Shaq.
Cardinals
He's a
added
wide
Albert
receiver.
Pujols
They
Yeah,
should have
in
won the championship
2022.
last season.
Bro, what? No, I mean, it's just no, bro. Like he's going against Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's
But
just the
you
same
were
stuff every
saying
year.
all on Hawk Talk that Lamar Jackson was going to win the.
Yeah,
he
I absolutely
needed to
did
win
believe
the
that.
NFL
I absolutely
championship.
did, and then he choked.
The
He
Super
choked the
Bowl.
first half of the game and came back, and then Mark Andrews dropped the ball. Like it doesn't play on the cards for him yet, bro. Like it's gonna happen, but
This
you
year,
know,
they're
you
going to
gotta
go to
push
the
back
Super
on it
Bowl this
sometime.
year. I don't know if they'll win it, but they're going to
Man,
go.
he was
this year. They
putting
will
Josh
represent
Allen
the
through
AFC.
hell.
Josh Allen wasn't better than Lamar Jackson. That's
As long
why.
as
They
it's
better
anyone
go.
but the
They're running out
Chiefs.
of time.
Anyone but the Chiefs.
But
No, the Ravens are going to go to the Super Bowl this year.
I hope so.
I agree.
I got his jersey for a reason. I got him and Saquon's jersey in my closet right now. So I thought they
I
were
mean,
gonna
Jordan
do it.
Love's getting Green Bay number 5, but the other side can be the Ravens too.
Anyways.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, we're going. Anyways,
let's
Packers
move
win
on.
100 million to 0.
Listen, man. All I gotta say is this, man. Cam Ward, he's gonna play first of all, and I said the same thing before the season started. I said, hey, Cam Ward is gonna have a good season, but like in Nashville, he might not even win Rookie of the Year, bro. Like if Shador starts,
Yes.
if
He's not going to be good.
if any of the wide receivers go off, like Travis Hunter goes off this year, like I don't know, bro.
This might be the year where a quarterback doesn't win it.
I just think unless you're desperate,
I think
like
Travis Hunter's the favorite to win Rookie of the Year right now.
Oh, it should be. Absolutely.
Yeah. I just think unless you're desperate, you shouldn't send rookie QBs like out. Like if you have nobody else, then yeah. But like rookie
This is first
QBs
overall
that
pick,
like
bro.
is rare. That yes, and I get it. I get the business behind it. I wasn't
gonna make the
saying
most
that
money.
he's not going to start because he will start. But
They're
I'm
gonna
saying
make the most money playing him, though. That's the thing. That they don't care about that. They care about
right.
money.
I mean, that's the owner. That's the owner coming down on it. But if we, I can't even imagine. I think that we would have so many more like quarterback success stories from like young QBs if they got some opportunities and they weren't just thrown into the fire right away. Because it's like you're just in such a losing situation. If you're Cam Ward right now, be like, hey, buddy, here's what we want you to do. We want you to go out there, do the best you can, and take us to the playoffs, win the Super Bowl. And he's probably looking at that roster, be like, man, we're gonna be lucky if we win 5 games this season. Like,
yeah, that the Bears did that to Justin Fields, but I digress. We're gonna jump
exactly.
The Bears did that to Justin Fields, but I digress.